Welcome to another Wake Up Humans episode with myself and Dr. Drew Henderson. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? You know what's going on. It's another Monday. That's what's going on.
You love those
So
Mondays, brother.
I do, man. Mondays are long for me. Get up, I don't know, 5 o'clock or so, a little before, have a little men's group, leave that, go straight to the office, serve people all day, get home, do this, and maybe eat supper.
Yeah, yeah.
This
It's
is great. Love a Monday.
Monday starts around 6 a.m. and doesn't stop till about 10 minimum.
Hmm.
Well, it's a beautiful day, man. It just grind it. And we had a record day here in Venice, Florida, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, why am I not surprised?
Well, we just got to keep sowing the seeds, right? It's like the investment and the things we did 6 weeks ago are paying dividends today.
Yeah, and we talk about investing a lot, and everybody does, whether it's real estate or crypto stocks. But what happens if the market crashes? There's a form of investing that never crashes.
Right,
That's the thing. And we're
right.
not talking about portfolios, we're talking about purpose. Purpose is it. Like, what are we really investing in? There's a lot out there that we could be investing in.
Well, there's nothing more important than your people call it like the self-help, but your education, your personal fortitude that's going to get you thinking, you know.
Hmm.
We're building out a new room here in my house and it's going to be kind of like my little cave, but I want my books in it. My kids are like, "Dad, you have so many books." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's been my education. That's been my investment in myself is time reading and learning,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know."
Yeah, I love those books, man. We just started a book this morning of Muller, the guy from Bristol, right? He's an old theologian from 1800. I don't really know much about him, but in about 5 or 6 weeks, I'm probably going to know more than I ever wanted to.
Is that you sent me that book by John Bunyan,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Pilgrims.
Pilgrim. Yeah, I don't know if Muller mentioned in that at the beginning. That's a deep book, man. That's a book where I read 2 pages and just hang out and think for 2 days.
Yeah, yeah. No, Muller was after him.
After, okay.
Yeah, but now the foreword and the intro might mention him,
Yeah, the
but the
name's ringing a
book.
bell. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's good, and we invest our time in reading and learning, and our attention is a huge investment. Like, what are we paying attention to?
Right. Right.
Man.
Well, it's I was talking to a patient today and they couldn't believe that I don't watch TV. He was talking about March Madness and his back was killing him because he's been sitting all weekend watching basketball. I'm like, bro, it was beautiful out. I went and worked out on the beach a couple times, like had a great weekend. I don't know anything going on. I don't even know what top teams he's telling me he's got. Who is it? Arizona picked to win it all. I'm like, oh, they have a good team. He's like, bro, are you living under a rock? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I like my rock.
I do too. I do too. And I do love March Madness, but I didn't watch hardly anything this weekend because we had our GCC golf tournament, which was crazy, a huge success.
That went well.
Oh yeah, man, so many
Awesome.
people. It was great. Went to
Yeah.
go see a little patient that races. She won her first race, sat on the pole for the second race, finished second, and then I think finished fifth for the last one. And she's like 11, going like 70, 80 miles an hour out there on a little cart with her butt an inch off the ground.
Wow.
And then before the race, she's like, I want to make sure I'm adjusted. Can you adjust me?
How old is
Like,
she?
she, like 11 or 12.
Uh, Bless her.
Yeah. Lainey is her name. And
Laney.
she like, you'll know it's me out there because I'll have my pink gloves on. Yeah. Just crazy, man. Love that kid, her whole
Yeah,
family.
I love that, man.
And that's another form of investing is driving an hour one way, 45 minutes one way to make sure that we go be present for this kid. Cause I'm not going to go to Charlotte. I'm not going to go to Indiana. Time is too valuable sometimes.
Yeah, we don't
But
have much of it.
no, she was close. Like, I got to go see her. So we went to see her, and it all counts. All the things count, man. They all add up. Mom and dad, little sister, all happy to see us. Grandparents were happy to see us.
And
You know,
what you're teaching her by example is one by having a tribe of positive people around you that'll be there for you, and what it
Mhm.
means to be clear before a big event, you know? Very a highlight moment, stressful, ends for someone that age, let alone any age. And she had the wherewithal of, I need to get adjusted. And then I want you to see me. I'm the one with the pink gloves.
That's right.
That's all. I mean, that's pivotal in this young girl's mindset by you showing up. You talk about paying it forward to the future generations, bro.
Yeah, and, and before the race, she's getting her car lined up, her and her dad pushing it out there, and, you can just see her get into her little zone, right? She's a little happy-go-lucky, then all of a sudden, it's business time.
That's awesome.
It's business time, and then I'm getting chills now. She started first, got past, probably 15 laps. It's like first and second. They just banging on each other. And then she faked him, took the lead, 2 laps to go. And it's just like, oh my gosh, that's her girl out there. Like, go, go.
Wow.
Just love to see that and
That's
see
awesome.
them just living their life, and then that dad is investing in that too.
Well, the parents are also seeing what you're doing by showing up, and then I'm sure they're talking to people saying, this is our chiropractor.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's always going to be that person that says, well, why is he here? Well,
Hmm.
she wanted to get adjusted before she performed, before she got out there. Really? Why? And now you've got a conversation taking place because you invested your time to show up and be present. And also, what it means to that child's life to get her atlas adjusted before a moment.
Yeah, and that's the real investment. That's the investment into the nervous system. That's the investment into her potential. That's the investment into the future expression of life.
Yeah. I had a grown woman in the office today. I mean, she's probably 40, 42 years old, been through a tough life, bunch of kids. And after her very first Atlas adjustment, she just broke down crying on the table. I mean, I gave
Mhm.
her like 10 Kleenex. And today she said, this Atlas thing blows my mind. She's standing there, this Atlas thing. She said, on how it changes everything in your state of mind and what it's done for me in such a short time. Everybody needs to be in here getting their Atlas checked. That's what
They
she's
do.
saying to me. And I'm like, man, this is the investment of like educating. And she read my book twice. Now her husband's reading it. I'm like,
Mhm.
to get those profound words to come out of her mouth, make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and if anybody's listening to this, you should be sending. I know everybody's listening to this, but if you're wanting a coach, you should send Steve Judson $1,500 a month for 2 years because
Hmm,
that's what it is right there. That's it. Like that
right.
atlas. That's how simple it is.
So
Talk
simple.
about the atlas, clear it out. And this morning, maybe this afternoon, guy come in. He's a dancer, wins all these awards, and he's in his 70s. And he had been having trouble with his neck, whatever. Toggled him Thursday before his competition this weekend out of town. He come in, he's just like, that was it. That was it. He got his little jacket that he won for dancing. It's like, I guess, line dancing. I don't know what kind of dancing. But, he knows power's on or the power's off up here at the Atlas. That's it,
Amen. Amen. That's it.
you know? Yep.
That's it.
And, you know, you start thinking about the world invests to gain at the end. But the principal chiropractor, we invest because we already have. We have that abundance inside of us. And what is it that we have? We have the truth. We just invest the truth in other people and then it's gonna grow.
The wealthiest people in the world, they don't let their money sit in one space. They
Mhm.
move it. They diversify it. If you've ever heard of Ray Dalio, because you were talking earlier about, if things crash, whatever, his big thing was diversifying, right? If we
Mhm.
diversify our love and our service to people and sharing this principle across many different avenues for people, you can't
Mhm.
hold on to it. I mean, I guess you could, but what's the point of that?
None of us are gonna get out of here alive, and you never see a U-Haul behind the hearse, you know?
Facts. Facts.
What are we doing? We're
Right.
we're investing in families. We're changing trajectories of their life.
Yeah.
We're restoring connection of above down, inside out.
Sierra's girlfriends they were just on spring break together down here, and they were up in St. Pete, Clearwater area. He's a bunch of college girls on spring break, and I went up to Tampa for Jamie's had a big volleyball tournament, and the girls heard I was there, and they said, "Hey, we should go get adjusted. I need an adjustment." Now, you've been adjusting these girls; these are all her soccer players,
Mhm.
and it was busy. It was like St. Patrick's Day weekend. It was a lot of traffic, but I can't imagine me being their age on spring break saying, I got to go get adjusted. But I'm like, I get it, my daughter, but these other girls that you've been adjusting to see value enough that they all jumped in this girl's car and met me on the side of the road in front of the hotel and jumped up on a stone wall. And I climbed up behind on the wall standing and adjusting their atlases on a street corner. And then we stood there for about a half hour just talking. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Bro,
they're so sweet, man. They are
yeah,
awesome kids.
it was great.
You
But
know,
you
just
invested time. I mean, that school's what, 50 minutes from you, and you've showed up there many times adjusting them all and going to
man.
Sierra's apartment and
Yeah.
they line up. I mean, again, it's as corny as it is, BJ Palmer. You never know how far reaching we think say or do today will
Mhm.
change the lives of count million tomorrow. That's like these girls are going to grow up and be parents someday. And that action of you doing that and educating them and teaching them, if they see value on spring break that we got to get adjusted, I'm like, that's a beautiful thing.
It is. And you know, and they're just so pure too. It's so wild to see them. Went up there, I guess it was last quarter. I bet there was in their little apartment. I bet there was 45, 50 kids, 60 kids. They had soup night. You know, just soup night. They're like 3 or 4 different kinds of soup, and I didn't want any soup. They sent me home with some Rice Krispie treats, which were really good. You know, I think Sierra or her little roommate made those. And, you know, and then one of them, it's just so wild. They're like, hey, you want any soup? I'm like, no, I'm going to go to Captain D's when I leave. And then she yelled in, he's going to Captain D's. And then you can hear the whole apartment laugh. I'm like, what's so funny about Captain D?
What is Captain D's? What is that?
It's like a fish place that's terrible fish. And this is what made them lose it. I don't eat the fish there. I just get the breadsticks. The
What?
breadsticks are the best. Yeah. Yeah. But like they're so pure in heart. We're like, they drive 40 minutes, be like, hey, let's go get adjusted.
And listen, brother, I know you're not making money off of them.
No,
Like,
no.
and you talk, the word investment just keeps coming to my mind. The compounding interest of what it could do for the philosophy of life and well-being and being connected
Hmm.
that we would hope all of them would realize, but maybe a percentage of them. But still, if you're not showing up, they're not exposed to that. And I think back to my college years, this was the last thing on my mind.
Yeah. I was not
Last
thinking
thing,
about
bro.
that. Not thinking about that one bit. You know, and no, I mean, not getting paid, not monetarily, but driving up there and driving home, man, it fires me up.
Yeah,
Just fires me up. I love it.
yeah.
And you know, how many years ago, 2.5 decades ago and longer, we were like, man, if I can get my license, I'm gonna serve and give this principle to everybody I can once I'm legal to do it. And we haven't stopped. You know, that's what we do. I've not forgot where I come from.
Well, I think
Sitting
of the
in first
years,
quarter.
years and years in chiropractic school, and we would pile into people's cars, or we'd even a couple times rented cargo vans that we piled into. None of us really had money, and we would drive up to these philosophy things to just get filled up.
Mhm.
And we were just talking with a student, you and I, and they're trying to get, more students to DE, and it's really frustrating because they said, if it doesn't really affect them directly, or it's kind of like I forget the words they use, but then they won't take the time out to do it. It's like, what affects them more in their future than understanding the principles and philosophies of what they're going to be teaching mankind? If they don't own that, they're in big trouble. They're in big
No,
trouble.
yeah, and you to understand the science and to apply the art, you have to have the philosophy.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. And you know, we would pile into cars as students and go do the South Florida tour. You know, we'd go down there and see everybody's office.
Right.
And
Right.
then me and you and Lieberman done that as doctors too. You know, we went down there, we saw Walter's office, a Becher's office,
Yeah.
Eddie's office.
Yeah.
And because we're always still trying to get better,
Always. Well,
you
it
know.
pays dividends because you're going to wake up and be 50 years old someday, and it might be too late. You lost the years of compounding interest.
Hmm.
There's nothing worse than starting to invest late. It's better than never. You got a lot of catching up to do, and I get a lot of these guys call me and they're married, for 12 years, their practice, they got a couple kids, and now they got 500 questions they need answered pretty quick. And it's like, well, shit, what did you do in school? Like there's a lot of free time in school, especially now where they could be diving into these principles and finding their purpose in this profession.
Yeah, and I invited a kid to our DE intensive we had at Life the other day, and he was just like, "I wanna learn some technique. I wanna know how to use a Cox table. I wanna know how to do flexion distraction stuff."
Cool.
I'm like, "Yeah, alright, learn all that. Own it. Learn it, but you got to learn this too."
Well, if you got no bodies to lay on the table, who cares how good you at are adjusting? I know some dudes that are great adjusters, but they got no one coming in to get adjusted because they don't own the principle of philosophy and they don't have a purpose and mission that's driving them to go out there and educate people. So they can be a great adjuster, but if you're adjusting yourself, what good is that? You're not changing the world.
No, no, and that's another thing, just to be clear, we cannot adjust ourselves. I can't adjust myself, you can't adjust yourself.
How many times have you adjusted a patient and said, "Man, I wish I could just lay on the table and adjust myself and see what it's like"?
I know, right? I wanna know what my hands feel like.
I just did a video this weekend when I was in my little cloud nine on the beach about ego. And I was saying, I got a big ego. You have to, I think. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. You don't have to edge God in. You got to just let him in. Ego, I called it. IGO. Like the God within, right? And I'm like, I'm a great adjuster. I wish sometimes I could lay on the table and just adjust myself with the intention that I'm adjusting thousands of other people.
Mhm. Yeah, and I love, like, my setup that I've done millions of times. I just like it's the same setup. It's the way Tiger Woods addresses the ball. He does the same thing
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Bryce, whatever his name is, jackass plays for Philly. When he comes up in the batter's box, he does the same thing every time. Same thing. Like, and I don't even know my pisiform is not even oily, but I'll wipe it down off my pants to make sure I get a good contact.
I had
And
a
I've
guy.
got some pants that are just getting wore right there from my watch and my pisiform from getting it. Get
That's what Sid always told us. Our pisiform's got to be red. I got
it
lumps
does.
all over my hands and fingers from years of adjusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
It's
that, bro.
It's getting fleshy, man. Just talking about it, it's getting
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
Just talking about it. It knows what we're doing.
It's connected. It's
Yeah.
connected to that definite major purpose that you've been perpetuating for over 25 years, my man.
And, me and Adam Aquilino was talking. We still laugh. We were in school. We were at DE. Some guy, we don't know him. We've never seen him before. We haven't seen him again. I swear, he's over on a toggle table, side posture, trying to toggle himself. And, back then we didn't have camera phones to video stuff.
Uh,
But like how, and we laugh now, but that's what so many of these doctors and students are doing. They're like, listen, I've got a sheet of paper, I've got a diploma, I'm going to do this myself. When there's a whole tribe of us meet 4 times a year that will help you and guide you and help you grow in this
amen.
if you just show up. You just got to show up.
And the reason we invest our time, Lieberman says it all the time. The majority of us, like the board members, we spend more money going to DE than everybody else, right? So we can't say it's not, well, we're going for free and whatever, or we're making money of it. None of us make a dime off of it.
No,
So what's the
no.
investment? It's for the future of the profession in chiropractic that we see the need, that Dr. Sid saw the need of creating dynamic essentials and investing it into the younger chiropractors for the future, which is why you and I are here today.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only reason. Eddie Williams and the grace of God. That's the reason we're here. That's the reason we're getting to serve all of our communities. That's the only reason.
That's it, man.
And and DE is where certainty is built. That's the foundation of that is certainty.
Gotta have certainty.
Fire is reignited. If you're a little cloudy on the principle, it'll get clarified real quick at DE.
And we got DE coming up in what, 2 or 3 weeks? It's April what? 12th,
16th through the 19th.
16th? And our room
Yep.
block is gone. It's sold
Yep.
out. So I think Katrine was trying to get some more in there, but I think you spend maybe $30 more a night if you're outside the room block. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a big one. We got a lot. We got some special people showing up that we're not going to. I guess we got Danny Knowles coming to his first one. He's connecting. We got Grant coming. He's coming in there, so we've got some energy in there that we're bringing into this profession, and people now uniting and pulling together for the principal once and for all. So this is going to be a beautiful thing, man.
It is. And Grant is Grant Dennis, chairman of the board of the IFCO, the International Federation of Chiropractors and Organizations. And we're both on the board of that. You're vice president. That's a global investment. That is protecting and advancing chiropractic worldwide.
Yeah, we've
Unity
been on
without
calls with docs
compromise.
in Netherlands, Spain, all these guys that are going through the same things we are, but it's not like we're talking to people in South Carolina. They're across the pond, man. I mean, the same struggles we have they're having, but we've got thousands of us doing it together that now we can do it under one roof and work together and build some momentum together.
Yeah, we're supporting people, doctors in developing countries. We're building infrastructure for principled chiropractic globally.
Amen.
Legislative efforts that's going to protect chiropractic's identity.
You know who
Because if
started
we're,
that? Sid Williams, Life Around the World, brother.
yeah, life around the world,
That's it.
you know, and it's just full circle when we come together and we're like, we're going to continue to manifest this forward,
Amen.
you know, and,
Amen.
because if you're investing just locally, we're thinking too small because the principle is global.
You got to take your goals and times it by 50 and think
Hmm.
bigger until it's almost seems like a crazy idea. And then you're on track. So I would tell people right now, go to lifede.com and go ahead and get registered. Students, we're looking to add more value to you, get you guys more fired up, connected. We got a bunch of students coming from Cleveland, Life, Sherman, Life West. I think we got some coming down from Palmer, Iowa. And I heard we got a bunch coming from Palmer, Florida too. So this is going to be a good
Yeah,
one.
it's going to be great. And if I'm not asked the DE board to do this, I'm just going to do it. So here we go. It's if whatever students show up at DE and you listen to this too, let me know. I'm going to get you a special audio gift that nobody else has.
Drew's got
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah. So show up at DE.
Amen.
You're
And
worth
tap
it.
Drew.
Like, yeah, spend a little bit of time and invest in yourself.
Say, Drew, I listened to that podcast. I would like my audio gift, please.
That's right. That's right. But you got to show up at DE like the
That's it.
other. I mean, we're having per episode, I mean, hundreds of thousands of downloads in like a 4 to 5 week period after an episode. It's, I can't send that many out. I might even get in trouble if I did that, but you got to come to DE and I'll take it on the chin. You need to come. You're going to get a special audio nobody else has.
Tap
That's
on the
not
shoulder.
even really released. It's
Tap
not
on the
out.
shoulder.
Yep. Yep. That's
Awesome.
it, man.
All right,
You know,
brother. Well, listen, you're awesome. That's a great gift. Students take advantage of it. Don't forget it. We'll know which ones are listening to this too if they hear it. So
I know. I
good
know.
deal,
I
man.
know about 30 right now that I guarantee you Friday at lunch, when this thing comes out Friday morning, they're going to be like, where's my audio?
Drew. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, man.
Awesome.
It's worth the investment, every penny of it. So we'll see you all there. God bless you. Love it, Drew, man. Have a good night, brother.
Yep. Love y'all.